Roger Huerta now in the Bellator cage says that he is not overconfident, Jimmy, as we look at your inner circle.
Well, first off, look for Huerta to come out strong. He likes a fast pace. He likes to push the action. Hinton needs to stay relaxed and play the matador. When Huerta's lost, it's been because he's been picked apart and frustrated. Also, Hinton seems relaxed and confident, but Huerta's been in big fights before. How will Hinton handle the pressure?
We send it into the Bellator cage with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator Fighting Championships, along with Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, UB.net, and Everlast, now present 3 5-minute rounds. Our first in the quarter-final round of the Bellator lightweight division. Introducing first, the fighter out of the red corner. At 5 foot 8 inches in height, he weighed in at 155 1/4 pounds. In the white trunks, the undefeated freestyle fighter brings his professional record with 6 victories, 3 by knockout, 1 by submission. Hailing from and fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, introducing Chad Hinton. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the blue corner. He wears red, white, and green, the colors of the Mexican flag. At 5 foot 9 inches in height, he weighed in at 155 1/4 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Bellator tournament in the prime of his fighting career, having never been stopped in a professional contest. The freestyle fighter brings an outstanding MMA record of 20 victories, 11 by way of knockout, 4 by submission, against only 3 defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the only MMA fighter to ever appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated, fighting out of Austin, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Roger El Matador Huerta.
In 2007, Roger Huerta on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Huerta telling me, Jimmy, that he felt more pressure to live up to that cover than he does entering any pro MMA fight.
Well, comparatively early in his career, he became the face of MMA to a lot of fans.
Got your instructions in the dressing room. Is there any questions from either of you? Okay, remember, no elbows below over the head, okay? All below, okay? Let's touch them up and do it. Good luck. Yes, sir.
The beauty of Bellator Fighting Championships. Chad Hinton, Roger Huerta, 2 of 8 in the lightweight tournament. They're on equal footing despite what they've achieved in their pro MMA careers. The bell in round number 1.
Well, Hinton told us in the interview, he said, I would have to fight a dozen guys before I got a shot at Roger Huerta in another promotion, but here in Bellator, it's a tournament. I get him right away. I'm thrilled to do it.
This is our opening lightweight quarterfinal. Hinton in the white trunks, Huerta in the tricolores, the Mexican flag, the red, white, and green trunks.
Now, I'll tell you, when we saw Chad Hinton, we went, wow, that guy looks strong. And you see it here, a lot of pressure, extremely physically talented.
Huerta telling us in our fighter meetings, he's in the best shape of his career. He's technically the sharpest he's been in his career. In December and again in February, he was in Thailand training extensively on his Muay Thai.
I was talking to him this morning. He trained in Phuket, so did I. We were on opposite sides of the island, but there's some great Muay Thai down there.
Low blow, detected by referee Frank Gentile.
Well, it happens a lot in this position. When guys are clinched up, they throw knees to the gut, and it just ends up between the legs.
Unintentional low blow by Huerta. Hinton was asked if he was all right by our referee Frank Gentile. Nodded that he was.
I think right now Huerta's having a little trouble with the physicality and strength of Hinton.
Big knee by Roger Huerta.
Now, an important factor in this fight is Huerta didn't know he was going to fight here until about 3 weeks ago. That's not a full training camp, and clinches like that take a lot of energy out of you. Oh,
push kick by Huerta. He didn't learn that in Thailand, he sharpened that in Thailand.
Oh, good throw. Now trying to take the back of Hinton.
To get the back. The end could be near. Huerta looking to finish on the choke.
Now going for the arm. He's let go of the choke. Going for a Kimura. Lets it go.
Hitting back to his feet. Huerta's really a technical fighter.
He is, and he's going to have to be very technical here. I don't think he can match the strength of Hinton. Force on force. I think he's going to have to use his skills in this one.
Hinton trying to use his strength on Roger Huerta. Huerta defending with superior positioning. That was really nice by Hinton and nicer by Huerta. Knee by Hinton and then cut by Huerta.
You know, for the guys who thought Roger Huerta was just going to come in and blow Hinton away, they are mistaken. This is a very competitive fight.
Hinton late to MMA, making his pro debut in the sport in November 2007. Again, he's 38 years old. Wrestled in high school in Ohio, wrestled collegiately at Wright State. Has also been an amateur boxer.
Yeah, but you saw that roll there really showed the strength of Hinton, man. Just really prying Huerta over onto his back. Huerta elevating him, beautiful technique. Oh, Hinton really trying to use this clinch. That's where that strength is really such a factor when the guy gets behind your head and is pulling you down. Those are nice knees.
Good knee by Hinton. Short, sharp right hand by Roger Huerta. Nice stinging knee by Chad Hinton.
Now this is where I think Huerta's gonna be more effective on the outside, throwing his hands.
Huerta trying to let go with those hands. Shooting a takedown by Hinton.
That's that collegiate wrestling experience.
Huerta's so humble, again saying, I'm not overconfident, I have all the respect in the world for Chad Hinton. This is the first non-UFC fight for Roger Huerta since April 2006. Made his pro debut in the sport 2003 at age 20.
Now Huerta, for a lot of guys and a lot of MMA fans, is an easy guy to hate. You think, you know, he's a poster boy of MMA, he hasn't been tested the right way, but man, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever interviewed. Really humble, really genuine, and gives a lot of respect to his opponent.
Good takedown by Hinton. He's not intimidated at all.
Not at all, and he's using his wrestling at the right time, going for the rear naked choke.
Trying to get the back of Roger Huerta's Chad Hinton.
Doesn't have the hooks in though. It's dangerous to go for a choke here. Only has one hook. See, Huerta gonna try and shake him off and pull him over the top of his head.
With his friends, Mickey Rourke, Jeremy Shockey looking on. Roger Huerta in his Bellator debut. Closing stages of our opening round, and this our first lightweight quarterfinal.
But I'll tell you, no matter what happens, Chad Hinton is really making a fight out of this. He's in here to win. Wow, great response from the crowd. They really appreciate the action here, Sean.
Huerta looking to finish with the ground and pound. Letting go with the hands. Dying seconds of round number one. Hinton will survive to go to round number two.
Let go of the cage. Stop.
Moments away from the start of the second round. Chad Hinton versus Roger Huerta. This first Bellator tournament lightweight quarterfinal.
But you see right there, that sweep, having what we call the whizzer in wrestling. Hinton just prying Huerta onto his back. Huerta able to get that weight off of him. Great show of strength and technique.
Round number two. Hinton in the white trunks.
Now I think this is where Huerta needs to stay on the outside using his boxing. He landed some good strikes in the first round. In the clinch, Hinton is very strong and an excellent wrestler.
Huerta in the red, white, and green trunks.
You see here Hinton in that southpaw stance. He's vulnerable to the right hand. That's the best hand for Huerta to hit him with. He's landed a couple of nice rights already.
Head kick by Hinton.
Kick.
Huerta answers right back with a flurry. Oh, that left hand in the right. Huerta swinging and winging and landing.
Hinton swinging back though, not just taking his punches. He's trying to answer back.
Knee by Hinton, and for the second time in this fight, Huerta catching the knee of Chad Hinton.
Now in those exchanges, Huerta has to be very, very careful. He's being more accurate with the hands. He's landing a little bit better, but Hinton is throwing back with a lot of force. It's easy to get knocked out when you're trying to finish your opponent. He needs to use some more head movement, keep his chin a little bit lower.
Hinton was trying to work for the Kimura, Jimmy. He was actually trapping the wrist of Roger Huerta.
Yeah, he was, but only had a half guard position. Wasn't tight enough to finish that.
He's looked for a Kimura. He's looked for a rear naked. Simply not intimidated.
No, he's trying to finish this fight. But on the feet, he's looked a little gassed in this round, and also at the end of the last round, when they were standing up, he was on rubbery legs, but still throwing back, and someone that strong, he can knock you out with a punch that isn't great.
Some great hammer fist there by Huerta.
Oh, good right hand.
Looping right hand. Jimmy, we talk about this all the time. In MMA, when you're facing a more pedigreed fighter, are you trying to win or are you trying not to lose? Chad Hinton is trying to win.
No, he certainly is.
Open guard by Chad Hinton.
Now this, with that wrestling background of Hinton, how much has he picked up in the world of Jiu-Jitsu? Can he fight off his back? Is he a submission threat from the bottom?
Huerta looks really good from that position, raining down the punches.
Well, he's very aggressive and has excellent ground and pound. Oh, beautiful
Huge right hand.
You know, that is almost a stereotypical move for Roger Huerta. He likes to pull that foot and land aggressively with that right hand.
Referee Frank Gentile looking at those punches. They're landing more and more effectively. Look at the little step over, then trapping the leg by Huerta.
Well, that's interesting. He didn't circle around and try and get side control, stepped over into basically a twisted half guard. Wow, Hinton is very tired, Sean. See here, breathing out of his mouth, he looks very, very fatigued.
Things going the way of Roger Huerta. Another hammer fist with the right hand. Hinton being implored by his corner to keep his hands up.
Well, that's Roger Huerta. He comes in at you almost diving in with a punch. You think he's too far away to hit you, he leaps in with a shot, and right now doing a great job with the ground and pound. Hinton just not able to control the posture of Huerta. Can't control his head, can't pull him down, and when that happens, you're going to get hit, Sean.
Referee Frank Gentile
really landing.
Referee Frank Gentile is asking himself, is Hinton intelligently defending himself? All Roger Huerta at the moment. Huge right hand.
If he pours it on, I think he can finish him right now, Sean.
The end could be near. Moving the side control by Roger Huerta. Things going the way of the MMA superstar Huerta here in round number 2. Not so much in round number 1.
No, definitely not. I think he was surprised. Hinton came out very aggressively, but Huerta, that experience keeping the pressure on, and right now he's in control of this fight.
Huerta trying to step his leg over, trying to put Hinton in a crucifix and then just land with those left hands.
Yeah, but he can't control the left hand of Hinton. That's what's keeping him from really completing the crucifix.
There's some vicious shots. Huerta staying tight on his man, then raising up to throw the punches.
Don't hit him behind the head.
Now we'll see, can Hinton survive the round? 40 seconds left. He's been dominated from start to finish in this second round.
Huerta really effective on those short, sharp, stinging blows. Blood's coming out of the mouth of Chad Hinton.
Man, that can make your breathing very, very difficult. Blood starts running into your throat, especially when you're on your back.
Look at those punches by Huerta. Referee Frank Gentile just asking Hinton, are you okay? Now full mount by Huerta.
But only 12 seconds left. Can he pour it on in winners? Are you going to hang on?
Huerta looking to finish. Dying seconds of round number 2.
Don't think there's enough time, Sean. He's going to make it out of the round.
Roger Huerta in his Bellator debut, facing that man, 38-year-old Chad Hinton, 6-0 as a professional, and clearly a step up in competition. Obviously an understatement, Chad Hinton knows it, and yet he's not intimidated. Huerta looked good in round number 1, looked dominant, simply dominant, Jimmy, in round number 2. The bell in round number 3. Hinton in the white trunks, Huerta wearing the tricolores.
You know, Hinton came out from that round smiling. He said, let's get it on before they touch gloves.
The red, white, and green trunks. Paying homage to his Mexican heritage. Father from Mexico, birth mother from El Salvador. His adopted mother from the United States.
Oh, good left hand. Huerta being very aggressive. I think he's trying to take advantage of Hinton's fatigue.
Looking for the flying knee. Somersaulting out by Roger Huerta. That was slick.
Man, that's just physicality right there. Explosiveness and aggression. Not a lot of guys can pull that off, Sean.
Huerta hooking the leg to let go with those punches. Hammer fist now. Straight into the face of Chad Hinton.
Now there's some leg lock opportunities here, but I don't think he's going to try it. We shall see.
Reverse hammer fist.
Knee bar, he's going for it.
Tight knee bar.
Tight.
Really tight.
That's it.
There's the tap, and that's it. Cool as you like on the finish by Roger Huerta.
Wow, beautiful finish by Roger Huerta. Saw the knee bar. Didn't think he was going to go for that leg lock. Saw the opportunity, sat back and went for it.
Impressive by Roger Huerta. His friends, Mickey Rourke, Jeremy Shockey looking on, showing their approval. When we return, we will hear from Roger Huerta. He'll be speaking to my broadcast partner, Jimmy Smith. Huerta looked good in round 1, much better in round 2, and spectacular in round number 3. By way of knee bar, that was tight. Roger Huerta, 3rd round submission, finishes a very game Chad Hinton. Victory to Huerta.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the cage, the tap out officially at 56 seconds into round number 3 via the knee bar submission. He now earns a spot in the Bellator lightweight tournament semifinal round. Roger El Matador Huerta.
56 seconds the time in round number 3. A slick knee bar submission by Roger Huerta defeating Chad Hinton. Roger Huerta is with Jimmy Smith in the Bellator cage.
I'm here with Roger Huerta. Great performance. It looked like the strength of Chad Hinton gave you a couple problems in the first round.
He is strong, guys. Oh my God, that guy was so strong. Amazing, amazing. It just shows you know that age doesn't really matter in this game, and you know if you got the cardio, you got the stamina, you put in the time, put in the work, and I mean, it just goes to show. So my hats off to Chad Hinton. He's amazing, great fighter.
All right, now going through the screen, we're going to take us through that knee bar as you finish the fight. Man, on top of him, beautiful submission.
Thank you. Yeah, the leg was there. I was trying to, you know, finish by a TKO, ground and pound, but I mean, I had to take the leg. You know, this guy was not going to give up. He was really, really tough. But I want to say thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting the sport of MMA and Bellator Fighting Championships. Thank you guys for coming out. Mickey, thank you for coming here, man. Mickey Rourke, Shockey, guys, fucking Shockey's here too. Thank you guys.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing you in the semifinal round. Roger Huerta, everybody.
Thank you. One more thing. I want to thank my team here. They're amazing. I love these fights.
Great job, Roger.